Inside Tennis with the Cause is brought to you by Perkins Automotive. Find it at Perkins.
Hi, tennis fans. The Cause here with another half hour inside the world of tennis. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Don't let the summer clearance event at Perkins pass you by. New 2018 Dodge Challengers just $169 a month. New 2018 Dodge Chargers $229 a month. Or new 2018 Dodge Durangos just $239 a month. Expect more, save more. Find it at Perkins. During the summer clearance event at Perkins, all new 2018 Rams must go. When you act now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months. Or sign and drive a new 2018 Ram Express, just $269 a month. Expect more, save more. Find it at Perkins.
Hi, I'm John Isner, and you're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Hi, tennis fans. Terrific as always to be with you. Busy tennis times on the Sun Coast, within the Sunshine State, and around the country. Had a wonderful time at the 10 Pro Global Junior Tour at the Creek Cup with two-time Slam champion Johan Creek at PGA National and Palm Beach Gardens. It was a huge honor to MC the second annual Green Rackets Classic at the Reserve Club in Aiken, South Carolina, with former French Open finalist Michael Pernfors. Congratulations to Bradenson's Brooklyn Olsen, teaming up with Natalia Perez of Peru to win the USTA National Girls 12 and Under Clay Court Championships. Longtime tennis professional friend, former Tampa Bay resident Scott Smith, will be directing the tennis program at the Squire Creek Country Club in Ruston, Louisiana. Scott directed the award-winning program at Vineyard Youth Tennis on Martha's Vineyard and also at the Cayman Islands Tennis Club. Many great times with Scott, Nick Bollettieri, Jimmy Arias, and Patrick McEnroe at the Scott Smith Tennis Events. See you soon, Scott, for a segment at Squire Creek Country Club. Had a fantastic time with former number 8 in the world semifinalists at the Wimbledon Championships and the French Open, Dick Stockton, getting ready for his boots on the court at West Point. So, what's on the show today? Well, we have another great one for you. You will catch the action at the Little Mo Internationals in Newport Beach, California, and hear from boxing legend Mike Tyson and American tennis icon Michael Chang about their daughters in tennis. You will get to know award-winning tennis journalist Joel Drucker. You will get to learn from Dr. Mark Kovacs about the latest in sports training and performance. So let's get it launched with the Little Mo Internationals from Long Beach, California. Well, Patrick, every time I see you, you have a trophy in your hands. What does this trophy mean, and what do you enjoy about the Little Mo?
It's fun because I get to play from people all around the world and I make friends.
Really fun, and if you're in fourth place, you can still win a trophy. And the fourth place, you could still win like a really big trophy. And
well, the trophies are definitely bigger than you get. Opening ceremonies.
We went to a party a couple of days ago, and we went on this really big water slide. It was really fun at Boomers.
It's really helping me compare my game to other kids.
I like playing tennis in like pressure moments, and I like meeting new friends.
Well, I like going into the finals and beating everybody. I like tennis, I like running, I like parties.
I keep meeting new people every time I come. It's really fun for me because I keep making friends all around the world.
There's a lot of prizes you can win. You can get Mo coins for good sportsmanship and buy a lot of stuff.
And they don't just do 2 sets to 4, they do 2 sets to 6.
it's definitely a unique tournament, and it's a great experience being able to meet different players from different countries and learning about the cultures.
When we were playing our finals, they gave us a line judge, which was very nice of them.
Well, Luke, I know that you know how to battle. You battle on the tennis courts, and you battled somewhere else.
I had leukemia when I was 8 years old. And I'm about to be done in about a month.
Wow. Love you, boy.
Thank you. Sometimes I get friends that I don't know from like different states. And like my doubles partner I just play with, he's my friend now.
I like just the competitiveness and that they try and encourage sportsmanship.
That I am going to be a Grand Slam champion and I am going to be world number 1.
And still talk to me?
Yes. You can have a fun time and you can have like a battle during like at your matches. You can be battling and you can have fun. That it's all about fun and it just matters how you play.
Wow.
There's no favoritism in Little Mo, and I like that they always keep things fair and square.
And it means a lot to the kids, yes. And they'll cherish these memories for the rest of their life, you know.
We enjoy the organization, what it represents here.
Understanding and learning that tennis is not about just hitting the ball and competing.
Listen, I think it's incredibly inspirational.
My favorite part is that they focus on kindness and being a good sport.
The kids feel grand, where they get to real experience of like a Grand Slam tournament, if you would.
It gives them opportunities not just to play tennis with each other, but to engage in social activities.
I think it's just a great event where it teaches you great sportsmanship. The kids can play in fun, competitive matches, play in their own age division. My daughter's 7, and there's very few tournaments in the States or around the world where you can find girls 8.
You know, what's fabulous is the international community. And what we're trying to do is get these kids to get to know each other culturally, to make the world a better place.
I always want her to take away lessons that you can only learn on the court. Tennis is such a great game to teach valuable lessons of how to fight through adversity and how to believe in yourself even when things might not go on your way, how to keep fighting.
Mr. Mike Tyson, what do you enjoy about your daughter being in this game of tennis?
Hey, I just enjoy that she's out here by herself. She's learning her independence, and this game is just such a great game for young kids, developing their whole personality and their whole barometer right now, and I'm just very happy she's involved.
We are here at the Little Mo. What does the Little Mo make you feel like? What's it make your daughter feel like here as a participant?
Well, you know, you're playing against the best here, you know, because the best come from all over the country, and we look forward to that.
We look forward to seeing her career. I'm looking forward to following her career, and you as a tennis father on the sidelines.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you, my friend Mike. Michael Chang, you have seen tennis all over the globe. Here you are at the Little Mo. What are you enjoying about this event for your daughter?
Oh, well, it's been a great experience for her. Obviously for her to be able to come out here and play at this level, and obviously play at a tournament that's named after Brenda Connolly, who's been such an incredible inspiration to so many people, including me. And this is for many of the players, this is where it gets started. So for them to have the opportunity to come out and to compete in this kind of a environment, this kind of a great event, is a great experience for them.
We are absolutely thrilled to have the Little Mo Junior Tournament here in Big Mo. We've been waiting for it to come here for a while because we only want to inspire the young kids to get more and more involved in tennis, to lead healthy lifestyles in a positive manner, and we love this tournament. It's incredible.
Well, Brenda, here we are in Newport Beach, and it's 50 years. What a celebration for the Brenda Connolly Brinker Foundation.
She would be so proud of what is happening in junior tennis and our participation. That really was the goal, the mission that she set up with Nancy Jeffett in 1968. They really wanted to do all they could to help junior tennis, and that's exactly what they're doing, primarily through the Little and Big Mo. And it's so exciting to see all these kids that we have worked with, and that we have Andy Roddick go through our program. We've had Madison Keys go through our program, and many others.
Ryan Harrison, the cool guy of tennis.
Exactly. So many wonderful players who are now making a name for themselves on the professional circuit, but also that are wonderful ambassadors for us for the sport of tennis, and have become teachers and have really helped kids in so many ways. And so I think Mom would be looking down so happy and smiling that all this has happened in 50 years.
Well, Kaz, this is a very special anniversary for Brenda Connolly Brinker Tennis Foundation. It was formed in 1968. Nancy Jeffett and Brenda Connolly Brinker had a vision to give back to junior tennis, and we couldn't be happier to be celebrating this wonderful anniversary here in Newport Beach, California at the Newport Beach Tennis Club, and we've just had a great history, and we hope we have 50 more years to come.
And the Little Mo, what's it mean to you, Rick, to be embraced by the organization and by all these thousands of kids that you touch their lives on an annual basis?
Oh, well, that's kind of you to say that, Kaz, but it's been so many organizations and people promoting tennis, and that's a wonderful thing because the sport deserves the attention it gets, and every day I get up and I'm involved, I'm a happy person.
Happy 4th of July. You love sharing the holiday with the kids. What's it like being here on the 4th of July for the week with the kids?
Yeah, it's such a good opportunity to see the kids in kind of a different element than tennis, to see them on vacation and everyone having a good time and everyone kind of in one place, especially when we all had it here at the beautiful Newport Beach Tennis Club. And
well, Charlotte, you made many, many boys and girls happy here about the Tennis Channel appearing. What's it mean to the Tennis Channel to be here with tomorrow's champions, some of the best juniors right now in the world?
Well, at Tennis Channel, we like to kind of showcase the upcoming generations, and we do a lot of features on junior players and upcoming players, especially upcoming American players. So we heard about the Little Mo tournament happening really in our backyard here in Newport, and thought it would be a good opportunity to come out, do some kind of community outreach, and showcase some upcoming players.
How exciting was it to be interviewed by the Tennis Channel? Wow.
It was so exciting. It was like my body was, what I'm going to say. Ah!
You could say just whatever you want to say. It's beautiful when it comes out.
It was like you were like when you see when players are interviewed. It was so awesome, and it was fun.
Well, celebrity Seth, you were just interviewed by the Tennis Channel. That's big stuff, baby. What was that like?
Well, it was nervous, but it's a really big accomplishment to be wanted to be interviewed by the Tennis Channel.
What's nervous with me, man? Yeah, we're just buddies here. You win the singles, you win the doubles, you win the sportsmanship award. Rank that in the category of priority with singles, doubles, and sportsmanship. What's that mean to you?
I would say the sportsmanship award is definitely the most important to me because it's really good to be a nice player on and off the court to help other players and just make friends with other people.
To be a good sport, it always doesn't come easy. Have you worked on this? Did you have any examples that you picked up? Is it part of who you are, do you think?
Yes, it is. I used to bang my racket on the court, and I knew that didn't show sportsmanship, but now I know to show sportsmanship on the court.
So, you and the great Roger Federer have a story that you can share. He used to bang his racket too. Did you know that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you're a good role model for the kids behind you. Perkins family, you've been with them from day one. They've been promoting tennis from day one. Nick Bollettieri.
Well, I think they help with a lot of local events.
During the summer clearance event at Perkins, all new 2018 Rams must go. When you act now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months. Or sign and drive a new 2018 Ram Express, just $269 a month. Expect more, save more. Find it at Perkins. Your summer season pass from interest and payments is at Perkins Mitsubishi. Get 0% for 72 months plus $1,000 rebate on new 2018 Outlanders. Or drive a new 2019 Eclipse Cross for just $249 a month. Expect more, save more. Find it at Perkins.
I'm Mike. I'm Bob. You're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Fans, thanks for staying with us. Joel Drucker has been a contributor for HBO, CBS, ESPN, and the Tennis Channel for decades. Hope that you enjoyed Joel's slant uncovering the game. Joel, we know that you have a passion for this game as a historian from the time you started reading, but how did you get into the game as a player?
As a player, that's very nice, Cause. In 1970, my family was living in St. Louis, and my mother had breast cancer. And around that same time, we moved to Los Angeles, to California. So we come out to California, and a doctor says to her, well, maybe you should do some exercise. So she decides to start playing tennis. And she started playing tennis at a local park, and a few months later got me a racket. So that was around 1971, 72. That's how I got into playing.
No, you weren't a baby when you started tennis.
No, I was 11. I was about 11, 12 when I started playing tennis. So in Southern California junior terms, that was pretty late.
Joel, you've made contributions to the Tennis Channel, to ESPN. What do you enjoy most as a historian, finding the scoop that is not known by the average journalist?
To me, it's really about bringing the story to life in ways that are evocative and, if not different, just compelling, and finding some connections between parts of the game that people may not have thought of, connections between tennis and democracy, tennis and immigration, tennis and economics, tennis and politics, and finding the ways the game can kind of cross into those areas and maybe people see it with a broader texture than they think. Just as an example, remember a few years ago with Federer and the saber? You and I have been around this game a while. I thought that was a neat play he did, so I wrote, leave it to Roger Federer to take a 100-year-old tactic, the chip in charge, and rebrand it, and have some people think, well, look at this new thing Roger Federer's doing. Cause I can't dribble a basketball very well, but I can do that. I know how to take a service return and come in on the service return. So that's a California play. Paul Annacone made his whole career of it. So Roger Federer, of course, he did it beautifully, but he's Roger Federer.
It was very vogue when Federer brought it back, and he was inches away from that service line, returning serve. Joel, you can do that also?
Depends who the serve is. But remember, the serve is a short ball. It's inside the service line. You're a teacher, you teach your students, any ball inside the service line, take it. A weak second serve? Come on. I enjoy telling stories about the game, not that they necessarily haven't been told as much as they haven't been thought of quite the same way. I'm happiest when someone reads something of mine and says, I never quite thought about it that way. I never quite saw the connection between, let's say, Don Budge and Novak Djokovic.
The connection there is, I know Budge had that great one-hand backhand with the thumb up at times. So what's the connection?
Well, the connection is Budge creates the modern game as we know it, the notion of applying significant pressure with your ground strokes, taking the ball early, driving it flat, a little bit of topspin of that time, and how you take balls early. Budge hit the ball early and hit it hard.
Jimmy Connors saved my life. Fast, quick bio on that for us.
Oh, that's your book, my book, the book that came out in 2004, Jimmy Connors Saved My Life. Jimmy Connors played a significant role in my evolution as a human being. Helped me understand that if you wanted to succeed, you had to go for the lines. You had to really throw yourself into it. That it wasn't just about being cool, that it was kind of personal and kind of heartfelt. I remember at one point where I did like counters, and I played someone who made me think of counters because this person had a two-handed backhand, and they had a very pushy parent, so it made me think of Gloria counters. And I beat this person, and this person wouldn't play with me. And I remember in the course,
juniors or after?
I was 14, and he was 15. And everybody has someone like this in their life when they're young, won't play with you. And so when I beat him, I realized, wow, this isn't just about hitting balls better. This is personal. This is intense business. And I beat him, and I felt like I tasted blood for the first time, and I liked it. And counters helped us see that this game is a little bit about tasting blood.
International Tennis Hall of Fame brings you in John Bartlett, the legendary journalist. As historians at large, what contribution are you most proud to be able to make to this organization?
I think for me it's just a number of things. This year, for example, I worked on the biographies of the Hall of Fame inductees that are on the internet, and they're going to be shown there going forward, of people such as my dear colleague Steve Flink and Andy Roddick and Monique Coleman-Dunbosch and Kim Kleisters, Vic Braden, just to bring their stories to life in a way that's vivid and compelling and imaginative.
Hi, Joel, thanks for your time on a very busy fortnight here at the Open.
Thanks, Cos. Great to be with you as always.
Dr. Mark Kovacs has set the bar in research in today's sports performance. Stay with us for this one on today's approach for training in tennis. Catching up with Dr. Mark Kovacs. Mark, from Australia to Auburn University, All-American there, winning the NCAA doubles championship. How did you get into the game?
Yeah, it's a great question. First off, thanks for having me. I always love catching up. I know we've known each other a long time, but yeah, really got into the game like a lot of people. My parents or my dad played, and it was a babysitting service. He'd drop me off at the court when he played, and I'd figure out and I'd play, hit on the wall, and I felt I got reasonably good at it, liked it, and that was how I really got into the game.
You developed this propensity for sports science. What drove you toward that direction, and why?
It's a really good question. I have no idea, actually. Like, I wanted to be a tennis player. Didn't really know anything else. I didn't want to do anything else. And then I got injured. And that really put me into a scenario where I wanted to understand why I got injured and learn more about my body. So I started taking classes in anatomy and physiology. And from there, I wanted to train athletes. And not so much tennis coaching. I actually trained athletes from the physical standpoint, strength and conditioning. And then over time, I wanted to understand that better. So I went back to school, learned as much as I could, went through my PhD program at Alabama, out of all the places. I played at Auburn.
Rival.
Exactly.
Undergrad Auburn, grad school Alabama. That's covering both bases, my friend.
It is. It's two of the best football schools in the country and two of the biggest rivals. So I got a great experience to be around a lot of great athletes. We got to do research on some of the best athletes in the world. And then from there, really got into the whole aspect of tennis-specific sports science initially, and really focusing on how do we optimize tennis performance using evidence-based information, not just based on opinion.
You were able to head up the sports science department at the USTA, working with the Fed Cup, with the Davis Cup, with player development. What was most rewarding there?
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I mean, I got an opportunity to really implement a sports science program at the USTA when they moved first to their National Training Center in Boca Raton, and really implemented the program there for the players, also for the coaches, and then throughout the country. We also oversaw all the pro circuit events, the medical care, and a lot of other projects. So it was a real great opportunity from my standpoint.
The science has gone far beyond the lines of tennis. You're working with Major League Baseball, with professional major sports. What common denominator are there in all these sports together?
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those things is we're dealing with the athlete first, whether it's tennis, baseball, golf, football, quarterbacks, we work with them all. But the biggest thing is understanding the sport, the demands of the sport, and then setting up their training programs to optimize their personalized way of training. And that's really where everything is going now. You can't train, even the same sport, you can't train the same athlete the same way. You have to make sure you understand their strengths and weaknesses and then put together a program program that is specific to their needs. And that's why one of my roles now is going to organizations, athletic departments, major league teams, things like that, and helping them set up their high performance models for how they're going to do that better.
You've already published 5 books. Of all those books, which one were you most eager to share with the audience, and what was the message in that one?
Yeah, so, I really like sharing information. There's a few different books. Some's on stretching, some's on warm-up. We've done a few on tennis specifically. The most recent one is the Complete Conditioning for Tennis book. It's with John Isner on the cover. I worked with John for 2 years and still call him a really close friend. And that's probably the one that I had the most enjoyment with, because I also co-authored it with 2 of my biggest mentors, Paul Roeder and Todd Ellenbecker, both leading minds in the science of tennis and really have shaped sports science in the field. And I'm just honored to be on a book with them.
Okay, Mark, you're here at the U.S. Open. You're here as a student at the U.S. Open. What are you learning from this U.S. Open?
Every tournament I go to, there's something significant that you learn from. Learning about what's happening from a standpoint of how the players are doing things and what they're learning from all the new information that's out. The coaching, I do a lot with coaching education, and the coaches are eager to learn. The best coaches are always the ones eager to learn. I've been around Jose Higueras for a lot of my career, one of the greatest coaches. Worked with Federer, worked with Courier, worked with Michael Chang. And he was coming into one of our coaching education sessions, which was really designed for coaches that were maybe a little younger, but he's still coming in asking questions, and all the great coaches do that. And that's something really, to me, always impresses me when I come to these big events, is the best coaches are the ones that are still looking to learn, even though they've done everything, they've seen everything. Many times you would think, well, they don't really need to be in these environments, but that's why they're as good as they are.
Lucky to catch up with this guy. He's always moving, always on the move. You're on the road right after we finish this. Great to see you, Mark.
Thanks, Kaz. I really appreciate it. Keep doing your thing as well.
Tennis fans, great to have you with us on Inside Tennis with the Kaz. We love our sponsors, and you will too. Stop by and see them. Until then, remember, in tennis scoring, love means nothing, but love of the game means everything. Keep alive your love of the game. Love you, tennis fans, and we'll see you right here every Saturday, 12:30 on SNN.
Inside Tennis with the Kaz has been brought to you by Perkins Automotive. Find it at Perkins.
Your summer season pass from Interest in Payments is at Perkins Mitsubishi. Expect more, save more. Find it at Perkins.